Beats by Dallas, make it hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready tonight. Look, don't worry about it. You can see me in the smoke. I'm coming. I'm coming out. I'm coming out. What's going on, everybody, tonight? Welcome once again on a Monday night. It's 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern time. It must mean one thing. I know the NBA playoffs is on, but it's something else on too. It is the big time show that is being seen live right now on the NGBN.TV network. It's being seen live on Facebook, on YouTube, on all the the represented channels that I'm on, Twitter, Twitch as well. But it ain't about me tonight, man. Listen, I've been waiting for this. Y'all been hearing me talk about it. I told y'all what was gonna happen. You didn't believe me. Some of y'all didn't believe me. I told you that somebody is coming, and he is rising. He is incredible. He is funny. He is knowledgeable. He is a Cowboy fan, and I'm telling you, I'm excited tonight to add another brother to the family. For those that do not know him, you will know him after tonight. I hope that you guys will share as we go ahead and bring in our very special guest. And y'all told y'all all the time now. I told y'all that this is our show. I told you it's our show. I know I'm the one that's doing it, but when I say it's our show, it's our show. So I need everybody in the building to go ahead and make our guest. He's really not a guest as of now. He is a brother of this show. This is my guy. I love him to death. I'm a big fan of his. Everybody put your hands together now for the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the angry Cowboy fan. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, big time? How you doing? Thank you for having me on your show, man. I truly appreciate you.
I love it, man. I appreciate you having me come and hang with me tonight. I'm going to put you like this for now. We're going to figure this out for now. It looks good. Everybody, come on. I need to see some hand clap emojis. Listen, everybody go ahead and share right now. He's in the building. I'm in the building. The chat is in the building. And we got some things to talk about because the angry Cowboy fan has been hanging with me for the last few shows. And he look, I'm just glad somebody come see me. So, but he come and hang with me. And then he puts he agrees with me. But on Saturday, it was just it wasn't a lot. My brother had just a little tension because I love a guy who says, wait a minute now. Now I done came here and saw you for a while. He asked one question. And I know the cues. I know the cues. He said, hey man, now I heard you talk now. But my brother said this, man. He said, listen, is there anything positive that you got to say? Cause see, man, you done killed me. I was waiting for the turnaround, preacher. I was waiting for it, but you ain't turned me. And I need to know before you leave here what you got to say about some good stuff with the Cowboys. And he changed me right then. I said, you know what? This is my guy right here. Cause I love this guy coming in to get things together. Come on, talk to us, angry Cowboy fan.
I mean, I didn't mean that in no ill will or anything, nothing like that. It was just I was listening and I'm like, he making points, but at the end of the day, we need a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
we need a little bit of, because I had somebody come to me in the comment section and they were saying like, pretty much talk me off the ledge.
Yeah.
Talk me off from leaving the Dallas Cowboys. Why should I be here? And when I talked to them, I actually reaffirmed, and then the draft happened, and it was like, we straight, man. We're straight.
I love it, man. I love it. And because he did that, ladies and gentlemen, we started conversating, and we got, the plan together for tonight for him to, and I hope all you guys, again, go ahead and share. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button right now. Do it. Listen, throughout the night, if you can slip to Angry Cowboys fan, I believe you're on YouTube. You got your YouTube set up here. Listen,
yes,
I need all of y'all. Go look. I appreciate all of y'all. Good with me. I need you to go to his YouTube page. Let's go over there. Matter of fact, some of y'all go over there right now. You be able to catch on. I promise you, we ain't gonna start the show. Go over there right now and subscribe to it, and then comment from his YouTube page. Some of y'all need y'all to do that real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I keep it 100. I think I actually booted Eastside Harold from the page, but I was just a pup then. So I'm gonna have to take care of that. I'll take care of that.
Let Eastside come. He on everybody's he's on everybody's page. And matter of fact, but I will say this about Eastside though, even though we don't care nothing about no Houston Texans, he is a supporter of the show. And check this out, he also supports your show financially. So let's not kill him quite yet. You know what I'm saying? He's good. Then you got my guy right here, Kid Cowboy, and Cowboy fan. You see that chap there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a Cowboy fan, but he's one that's disgruntled. You understand? You can tell by his comment there. So our job is to give hope tonight on that note. But what I was saying was, listen, I wanted Angry Cowboy fan to come on here because I've been watching a couple of his shows, and if you need to go check him out because he's very insightful, and then he has a different perspective on a lot of the things that we've been talking about on this show. And I wanted to bring a different flavor to the show tonight. And I'm not going to put any words in his mouth. So tonight, I am going to switch roles, kind of, per se. It's the big time show, but we got a co-host that's equal to me tonight. So I'm gonna kind of let him kind of run it.
You got me big time. You got me, dude. You got me big time. I can't say I'm equal to you. I'm still and I'm looking up to you.
No, sir, you're a bad boy, man. And but what we're gonna talk about tonight, I think will give some of the same things that we've been saying for the last couple of weeks. But I think Angry Cowboy fan tonight is gonna bring a slightly different perspective that'll make us at least say, And that's what the goal is for tonight. So I'm going to get out of the way, per se. And we are going to let the Angry Cowboy fan mess y'all up a little bit tonight. It's your show, Angry Cowboy fan. I don't mind sharing. Come on, y'all. Yeah. Come on.
I guess first and foremost, let me fix my camera. I was looking a little pale in that.
You be all right.
But nah, I mean, I think that was one of the biggest worries for me. And I was telling y'all about it earlier. I was worried, and then I had that conversation with the guy, in the comment section and everything. And then I said after the draft, I'm like, I'm not worried about the regular season. I'm not worried about that with the Dallas Cowboys because, like, every single season we go through it, the Philadelphia Eagles, they win the offseason. The Dallas Cowboys don't move too much in the offseason, so we lose the offseason. And then we come back and we're 12-5 for 3 consecutive years.
Wow.
I'm like, even if we're, let's say, 11-6, 12-5, 11-6, still pretty good, because we have that rougher schedule this year. So, I'm giving us a little leeway of losses. I don't think we're going to go in there and completely be undefeated and whatnot. But I have a.
So let me bump in here on this one. So when you saw the Philadelphia Eagles pretty much doing everything in free agency, and then the Cowboys doing essentially absolutely nothing, what were you thinking? Especially with the quality of the players that Philadelphia was getting. And then you look at us and you saying, okay, at some point we got to combat what we're seeing them do. I mean, they did get Saquon Barkley. I mean that's not a scrub running back. Even though I know he stayed injured, but you add him with Hurts, who's a threat with a running game. Then they signed AJ and Devontae to the extensions, both of them, and then you throw in Goddard at tight end. Now, they just lost Kelsey, of course, at the center position, but the line is still pretty good, and you can't replace a Hall of Famer. But when you look at us, and really we didn't do any additions until really the draft, maybe. Yeah. And then the part, of course, angry Cowboy fan, that we really needed, we really didn't address, and that was, to me, defensive tackle. Because we not looking. I think we're worse now, to be honest with you, than we were at the end of the season. That's just my opinion. So when you saw all the additions and nothing from us, what were you thinking?
It's typical. I was thinking that it's typical moves because, like I said, every offseason the Philadelphia Eagles win it, and we look at them like, oh my goodness, they're making all these acquisitions. San Francisco's making all these acquisitions, and at the same time, they fall short too. Yes, San Francisco, they did make it to the Super Bowl or whatever, but last time I checked, second is not an option. So making it to the Super Bowl, and that's one thing that kind of irks me. I'm about to vent real quick. Do
it, man. This is what you known for. Let's go.
Oh God, no.
Do it.
No.
You ready? Look, you at home, Doc. You in a safe place. Come on in. This will make you. Show them why they call you the angry Cowboy fan. I've been waiting on this.
See, I'm out my head. Let's go to the next topic because I didn't want to get on here and get on the soapbox. So I didn't want to do that.
Let me ask you this question, though, angry Cowboy fan, before we jump off that one. So really, what you're saying is, based off of the fact that we won the division last year, you weren't really messed up like most Cowboy fans were during free agency at all. You weren't shook at all.
Oh, this free agency?
Yeah, you weren't shook at all about.
Well, I can't say that. I ain't gonna sit up here and be like, nah, man, I wasn't even sweating. I was cool. No, I was on Spotrac every day, refreshing the page. Like, who are we getting? Are we getting any? Oh God, man, this person just left. Like, okay, there's a chance. I'm like, there's a chance with Derrick Henry.
There we go.
Oh, I was like, no, what are you doing, Jerry? But then the draft happened, and I'm like, okay, fortifying, because I'm a fond believer in, and I believe every football fan is that the game and the battle is won in the trenches. So like you said, on the defensive side, we really didn't address the tackle position. We did draft, tackles, but I believe they're projects.
Yeah.
But the offensive line,
Uh-huh.
I believe that we really fortified that. And I know that people say that we lost a good piece in Tyron Smith and everything, but it's like you drafted Tyler Smith for the specific purpose to take this man's place.
Mm-hmm.
And now that it's actually here in the present, we're freaking out about it. Like, I know that he worked out in the guard position. That's just luck of the draw for you guys. You drafted him as one of those players that have flexibility on the offensive line, and he has to go back to tackle right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with the draft, we were able to, acquire some players that gives him that flexibility to stay at guard. So I think that, like, the addition of Tyler Guyton, and then even if you go Brock Hoffman at center, because I know that people are like thinking that Cooper Beebe is just going to come in there and just save the day.
Mm-hmm.
That may not happen right off.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Brock Hoffman being there, so.
Got some good tape on him last year, man. He played well, in my view. Once you look at his tape and everything, Brock Hoffman was not an issue at all. I think everybody will put a thumbs up on him and TJ Bass, without a doubt. I don't see no real issue. I think everybody's excited because of what they saw BB do at Kansas State, the way he was flipping people over and knocking them down like a bowling ball. I can see why everybody's excited. And I like I said on the last show, I'm not knocking it at all. But at the same time, I'm calm because I'm saying, okay, this ain't Kansas State. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
What he did at Kansas State, that what got him to the dance. But these guys on this level, it may not happen so easily. I think BB is going to be incredible, but I don't think, he may have to, he may start, but it may not be week one like everybody's penciling him in. I think Hoffman going to get a shot at this thing.
I don't know. I mean, I consider, like, everybody wants to consider the rookie deal as being that deal where you can get things done. You got the money. You can get things done. Yeah. No, I consider the rookie deal to be that development deal.
So, yeah. And that's what the Cowboys treated.
Honestly, that first 4 years, like, that is your development. And then you reach your prime in your second contract. And it could lead into the third. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
let me ask you a question, because I'm seeing a lot of your family coming in, Angry Cowboy fan. A lot of your people are coming. And since it's my first time meeting you guys, hey, what's going on? I'm big time, Doug Brooks or whatever you want to call me. I love this guy, Angry Cowboy fan, and this won't be the first or the last time that he will be on this show. Appreciate him. I love what he does. That's why I asked him to come on here. Let me ask you guys, because I know how my family is, big time. Show family. Let me ask you guys in the chat, who's starting at center, y'all? And how quick? For those that are saying BB, come on, type it in so me and Angry Cowboy can see this. I want to know, do y'all believe BB is starting week one? And if you say he's not, how quickly do you think he's going to overtake Hoffman? Now, keep in mind, Hoffman played well last year. I just want to see what you thinking. I don't think BB is going to start immediately like everybody's saying. I just don't see it. But y'all type it in and we keep talking. Everybody saying BB is starting. Hey, William Gann, I see you. Is he going to start week one, though? I got a feeling he will start eventually. Okay, there it is. Dak Delusional Fan with more excuses says Hoffman by mid-season. BB, okay. You rather play Hoffman play all year. See, Tricks, your partner Tricks there at Cowboys and saying Hoffman play. He like that tape. See, I see what time it is. It's kind of split so far, what I'm saying. Yeah, it will be a fight. There you go. I see you. Go ahead,
like this year, I wouldn't. See, if I was the coach or if I was the organization this year, I would slowly integrate BB into the system. Brock
Okay.
Hoffman he's a free agent next year. Let him show him the ropes, just like you would a quarterback. Let him show you the ropes, and then
Okay.
next year you don't renew, you don't extend Brock Hoffman. You just
Okay.
roll. You just roll with BB.
Okay.
I
Let me
mean,
ask you this question though, because that then, and of course we're not in the locker room, we're not in the coaches meetings, we're not in none of that stuff. But last year, the last 3 years, the Cowboys starters didn't play in the preseason at all. Okay, I'm talking about not one preseason game. The only work they had was in practice. So, with it being a supposed fight for the starting job, we just speculate now. Do you think that I know BB is going to play in the preseason, but will Hoffman play in the preseason? What you think about that? Because remember, I mean, nobody on that starting line played the preseason at all last year. Nobody.
well, if we're going with tradition, then who would?
Exactly. Now you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because see, in practice, it's more controls, not live bullets. But in the preseason game, you're getting it. And if it really is a fight, and if they really got to find out, I guess what I'm saying is, how much of a percentage are they really trusting Hoffman?
I
We're
mean,
just speculating now.
with the eye test and everything. I looked at that Arizona Cardinals game where they had TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman in, and they were moving. They were doing their thing, like especially Brock Hoffman. And I truly think I sitting here listening to you and thinking about it, I'm like, they might put BB in preseason.
Yeah,
Just
and
to
he's
see
gonna
what he
he's gonna get a lot of work. He's gonna get a lot of work. Barring, of course, he gets and then of course he's gonna get he's not like he's gonna play all 4 quarters, and they'll have a lot of camp bodies there. But I really believe BB will get a lot of work in the preseason. I'm not so sure about Hoffman. I know Zach Martin not playing preseason. Tyler Smith is not gonna play preseason. I don't even think Guyton, he's a rookie. I don't see him playing. And why should he play before y'all start going crazy in the chat? Tyler Guyton is going to get his work in practice going against Parsons, D-Law, the other kid that we just see. That's all he needs. Once he get through that, it's easy for him. But BB at center, getting snaps with Cooper Rush, obviously because Dak ain't going to play in the preseason. I think he'll have a real good shot at making a real good impression. And maybe even a claim to be out there week 1 or week 2. But I really believe they're going to get. I see Kevin, my brother Kevin, in. He said he believes BB will play in the preseason and he will be the starter week 1. And I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I know how traditionally the Cowboys work in the preseason as far as starters go. It's going to be kind of different on that.
And Kid Cowboys say they don't hit in practice.
Exactly.
And that's one of the. It's the extreme. Like don't go off on your teammate, but don't not tackle. Don't not wrap up because then you lose the feeling of it. Like what are you out there tackling dummies?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can't play what we used to play, pick them up, get busted. The Oklahoma drills, you can't really do that much now because, you're playing with money.
Yeah.
But, dang.
I just think that there's something that we're going to really pay attention to because, see, if BB's getting a lot of press and a lot of, if he's dominating in the preseason, a lot of the fan base and a lot of, probably people on the team maybe will say that BB is ready to go. And it's going to be kind of unfair. I wouldn't be surprised if Hoffman plays with preseason too. I'm serious because I think it's a battle there. I really think it's a battle there. I really do. I really
I
think it's about
mean, if it was up to me, if I was Mike McCarthy, I'd be like, yeah, starters, you're starting first quarter.
that. Like a lot
Second,
of teams do.
second quarter, Cooper Rush. Second half, Trey Lance.
That's
Let,
that's probably what's going. Well, to be honest with you, Trey gonna get a lot of work. You see what I'm saying?
you
And
think
it
they'll give
might
him? You think they're
he
gonna give
might
him
be
the
in
Will
there.
Greer treatment?
Yes, yes. I believe you're gonna get. I don't think it's gonna be the second half either. Angry Cowboy fan. I think Trey Lance is going to start a couple of these preseason games. Cooper Rush will too, but I can see Trey getting a lot of work because they have to, even though they didn't pick up his option as we knew we wouldn't. Uh, they have to find out what he is for real.
And,
Go ahead.
and and real quick, like what Kid Cowboy says right there. A lot of these teams take 4 to 5 games to warm up. That's why I feel the starters should play in the preseason. As
Yeah,
long as they're gonna give us preseason, that's just like an extra run up to the starting line,
yeah,
because we know the Dallas Cowboys they're known for starting off slow, whether it's in the game or whether it's in the season. But I
yeah.
mean, last season we did destroy the
Yes, sir.
Giants, but at the same time, every season ain't gonna be against the Giants. The
No,
opener
no,
ain't
no,
gonna
no,
be
no. They're
against the
gonna make
Giants.
sure that I believe we got a first place schedule because
Mm,
we was winning the division last year, of course. So it ain't gonna be easy by no means. And then when you look at the opponents that we have, I mean, good lord, I
uh,
mean, we gonna have a nice little mountain to climb again this year. But I think Angry Cowboy fan, and he changed my perspective already because a lot of us flipped out, myself included. And he said something very key that I think all of us need to remember. And I don't know if he's been saying it on his show per se. I didn't catch it. He probably has. He told us tonight, he said, listen, the Eagles did all these additions and stuff last year, and a lot of other teams did all the additions inside the division and the NFC. But when it all boiled down to it, the Cowboys still won 12 games. Still was 12-5, and we won the division. And we did it without signing nobody in free agency. We did it without, following the same game plan that we've been doing. So I guess what we're saying is, listen, as crazy as it may sound, we got to trust the system and the process that the Cowboys have really had in place for the last, God knows, at least the draft and developmental stage is what I'm talking about. That they've been doing this for years, and it has worked.
yes.
Now I know some of y'all gonna say it just got us a regular season win. It didn't get us no playoff win. Didn't get us a Super Bowl. I get that, but you can't argue. You got to do the whole thing. I keep telling y'all, you got to go with the whole thing. 12-5,
Mm-hmm.
12-5 now. 3 straight years. The program is working. No doubt about it. We've been on this for a while. Go ahead, Angry Cowboy fan. I'm ready for your next one. Don't get me straight because you changed me already. Calm down,
Uh,
big time. Calm down.
and with all the ACF family members coming in here, I truly appreciate you guys showing up
Appreciate
and
y'all. Welcome, y'all. Welcome.
showing love. Truly appreciate y'all. Please subscribe to this man's YouTube channel so
Oh man, appreciate
so
you.
we can continue to give love to these wonderful Cowboys content
Yes, sir.
creators.
Yes, sir. And before you go, Angry Cowboy fan, one last thing. Everybody pause right now. Everybody hit that like button. Smash it about 20 times. Everybody. It ain't gonna take but 5 seconds. Smash your phone. Smash that heart button on YouTube. Everybody. About 20 times. I need everybody on Angry Cowboy fan channel. Hit it right now. I'm finna practice it too. See, we gonna do it too. I'm gonna go to Angry Cowboy fan channel right now as we speak.
Man.
I'm going to his channel and give him his like. Well, the reason why we do that, y'all, is because it lets the algorithm know, hey, it's somebody on here talking about something, and we're gonna suggest his show to other people, and that grows his show. That's all what we're trying to do. So everybody hit that hit it real quick if you don't mind. I'm doing it now. This reason I'm trying to pause. I'm looking at y'all too. Hey, CJ, nice to meet you. I'm looking at you. Joe Gonzalez on Angry Cowboy Fan channel. I see you. Leon, I see you, brother. Tricks, what's going on? I just hit about 30 times on this thing, so we rolling. We rolling tonight. I'm glad y'all hanging with us, man. We got plenty more. Come on, Cowboy.
I'm actually going through the. There it is. Shane Odom. You said, Angry Cowboy, I'm new to you. How angry are you at Mike McCarthy's game management skills?
Oh, wow. Uh-oh, here we go.
I've been...
Can you highlight that Angry Cowboy Fan before you go? I'll try to find it. Can you highlight it and put it up there? I'm not sure.
No, I can't.
Okay, I'll find it. It's on me. I'll find it.
I'm pissed off because it comes at the most unopportune times during the game. You know, it ain't like leading into the end of the first half. It's going into a game-winning decision. I was actually looking at that with one of the San Francisco 49ers games, and I'm like, come on, Mike, what are you doing? There was a lot of stuff that was going on in that game. But anyway, I'm not a fan of it. I was always a fan of if you need to hire somebody to help you with clock management, just to be that person on there, like, hey, should we call a timeout? Should we call a timeout? If you need somebody like that, please hire him, because as mentally tough as these players have to be, these coaches got to be mentally tough too. They can't just sit out on the sidelines and just, boom, hide their face and then not look at the clock and know when to call a timeout. So yeah, I got a little angry with that whole thing. It's nice to meet you, Shane.
Let me add on. And Shane's been he's part of the Big Time Show family. Well, I think we've discussed McCarthy, for the last 3 years. The problem I have with him, I think I could say the same thing you're saying, but categorize it as he's not great at situational football. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's the term. It's when the crunch time comes, or you're trying to be what I call sometimes the smartest guy in the room. 3rd and 1. Why you lining up the shotgun?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to spread everybody out? You got supposedly one of the top lines in the game. You got 2 all-pros on the line. Run up in them and just smash them in the mouth and move the guys out the way. It's really not hard. Situational football. Why are we first down passing, second down passing? We inside the 10-yard line. Good Lord. We inside the 5-yard line. Why are we in shotgun on every down? Trying to be smart. And I get, trying to create matchups. And, I know they didn't watch a lot of tape. But and why aren't we? And I guess it's a lead into something else, Angry Cowboy Fan. Why aren't we running it enough? Why? To me, we're not running the ball enough. We're not balanced at all. God bless Dak. Had a great year. It's hard to argue that. MVP runner-up, should have been the MVP. Led the league in touchdowns. Was dynamic. You don't beat your first team All-Pro. Second team All-Pro. Look, this guy was a difference maker last year. But we weren't balanced. Not to me. Not balanced enough. I know Pollard got his 1,000 yards, but it's hard.
I think that the Cowboys as well as Tony Pollard, they bit off more than they could chew. Tony Pollard is a Robin. He's not a Batman. He is the secondary back. He's the one he's the lightning. And last year he was, like I said in my podcast, he was missing that thunder. So he had to be the thunder. And it was like him running into a brick wall. Every now and then he would spring one, but for the majority of it, it was him running into a brick wall. Then we try to bring in, Deuce Vaughn and try to send him up the middle. Like, what are we doing? But I was actually
was it play calling, Angry Cowboy Fan? Because
Yeah.
most of the stuff is going up the middle. It wasn't It was like they didn't match the skill set that they had with the running back that they had.
And that's the thing. Like, today's game is evolving so much, and I honestly believe this is why Bill Belichick doesn't have a job right now, is because the game has evolved so much that some people are set in their ways. They think that it's like what happened last or yesteryear in the 90s or in the early 2000s is going to work today. It really isn't, with like he just started really using motion once the 49ers said that our offense was predictable.
Yeah.
And this is what that was year 3 for him.
Yeah.
So the NFL is a copycat league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get your inspiration from these young guys. Don't be set in your ways. Be creative, because at the end of the day, you're playing chess, not checkers.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to the playoffs, it's even worse. So that's why we fizzle out every time at the beginning.
It's just ridiculous. So what do you feel, because you brought up a true statement, he's robbing, Tony Pollard was, and he was the Lightning. So what are you feeling about it, Dak delusional fans? Perfect segue. What do you feel about Ziggy Elliott returning then? Because he is Thunder. Or at least he represents Thunder. Let me say that. What do you feel about it? Come back.
I feel, it's not the straw that broke the camel's back. It's nothing like that. It's not the game changer that some people think it's going to be. Mm-hmm. What did he had over 600 yards in New England. Mm-hmm. If you can get those same 600 yards and add 12 touchdowns in the red zone, we'll take it. Thank you. You spent bottom of the barrel money, vet minimum money to get 600 yards and 12 touchdowns. But your other running back, once that Thunder has tenderized that defensive front and now they respect the run, bring that lightning in. Bring that lightning in.
But who is Lightning?
Who is Lightning?
It ain't Deuce. I don't even want to hear that. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not Deuce. And Rico is kind of a mixture between Zeke, and he does have some speed. The only knock against Rico to me now is that he just stay hurt. That's the only thing that I see. But him and Zeke are almost. He's faster than Zeke, but Rico has some thunder to him as well. But I'm saying, but who is now? I know the kid that we just drafted, but everybody keep thinking he's gonna be a factor, and I'm saying like, no, some of these guys gonna be on the practice squad. Some of these guys ain't gonna be what y'all think they're gonna be. They're gonna be on the practice squad, and if they are in uniform, they're gonna be on the special team. They're not gonna be that. See, let me just put it this way. I think that the for sure solid guys that will make this team from the running back position is Zeke, of course, Rico. I think Hunter Lemke is another guy that's going to be there. And then the from fourth down, that's where the fun going to begin. And I know everybody going to say, what about Deuce? Well, the Snoop kid is there. The kid that we just drafted running 4.3 is there. And at some point, a lot of us are going to have to be honest about Deuce. And you may disagree with me, Angry Cowboy fan, on this, but at least this is what I was saying. Deuce really represents a feel-good story. I hate to say it, but I'm just telling you, he's a feel-good story who was in jogging pants more than he was in a football uniform last year. A lot of times he was a healthy scratch. And when he was in uniform, he did get playing time. He's not going to, he's wasn't getting the ball a lot. He is, I know y'all ain't gonna like it, and I'm not saying I'm a hater of Deuce. I'm just calling it like it is. He's not a good pass protector.
No.
He's too small. He just gonna get ran over. Ain't cause he ain't got the heart. He just gonna get ran over. So that limits him right then and there from that point. He's excellent in space, But you got to run certain plays to get them in that type of space, and defense coordinators are gonna know what to do right off the top because you ain't running them inside because he's just not gonna do that. I'm not saying he can't, but that's just not smart football.
I think with the new NFL rule changes when it comes to the kickoff, Deuce Vaughn will be used in that situation as well as being like that gadget player with Kevontae Turpin, because you can have two receivers, in the landing zone on the new kickoff rules. So, and I think the new kickoff, you're gonna see a lot of stuff coming from the Cowboys kick return team.
Got a lot of weapons back there. You're absolutely right. Between Turpin and Deuce, that could be a problem real quick. I like what you said here, Dak, delusional fans. The only problem I have is this: will Royce make the team? You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. See, somebody is gonna get left off. We got too many running backs. Some of them will not make this team. I think we can be safe saying Snoop probably won't.
Right.
And then maybe Malik Davis probably. He probably won't make it as well. So we can pretty much eliminate maybe those two, which will leave you the kid we just drafted, Deuce, and then Lemke and Zeke, and then Rico. So I think Deuce isn't going to be in a fight, to be honest with you, even though he could do more than those because of what Angry Cowboy fan just said, that he can do the kickoff return, that we got a place for him for that. And that very well may be the reason why he might make this team. But as far as Deuce being a factor from the running back position, I just can't see it. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't see it. I know he gonna and here's the funny part. Deuce is gonna do exactly what he did last year in the preseason against guys who work at Jiffy Lube. Guys that work at Toys R Us. He's gonna look good. But right after that, when they get down to the real dogs, Deuce won't even be on the field, man. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I think Mike McCarthy needs to scheme Deuce into the game. Yeah, that's the only way that he could be able to go in there. Don't go in there and send Deuce Vaughn with a play that you would send Zeke Elliott in there with.
Perfect. Yeah, run up the middle and think that's gonna do something. Nah, that ain't gonna work. I agree with that. You got to get him in a screen game. You got to get him in. You got to put him even line up as a receiver because he can do that. He can catch the ball. He'll be a matchup problem, no doubt about that. I give him that. But most defense coordinators will know that if he enters the game. You see what I'm saying? So, but he's a very dangerous guy. I like A. But here you go. I like what you just said there. Yeah, it's the truth. Sproles can run the football though. Sproles can run it inside and out. And I know what you're saying. But Deuce can too. Just got to give him the chance. He's not going to get too many opportunities like Sproles did. I can guarantee that. Not with Zeke coming back. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Angry Cowboy. I hate to put you on the spot.
Hey.
Do you think Zeke coming back? What's up, Amp? This is my other brother. Angry Cowboy fan. You know Amp? You met him? Yeah. This is my guy. Let me ask you this. Do you think Zeke coming back will stunt the growth of the younger guys? In other words, are they really going to treat him like he's the man? Because they sure talking like it right now. I know it's going to be a running back by committee, but is he automatically running back number one auto just because of who he is, what he was? But is he going to stunt the growth of some younger players who got a little bit more pop than what he has at this point in his career?
I mean, honestly, I believe that during training camp and everything, during the preseason, if one of those running backs, like if Pete comes in there and he really jumps off the page, then you have to look at that. You really have to look at that and kind of toy around with it in the first game of the season. See what he can do against true number one NFL, opposition. Yeah. So I don't think Zeke Elliott is set in stone like that. The only reason why I would say that he's set in stone is because of his name. You know, like, but as far as ability, we have yet to see these other guys and the Cowboys, other than, you know, the workouts and things like that. And they have yet to see these guys really, you know, let it go, let it hang loose. No Diddy. And
That made that crazy.
so I don't think it's set in stone for Zeke.
Let me ask you this. Do you think we need one more veteran running back? And when I say that, let me give you an example. Dalvin Cook. Somebody like
that. I really have to look at what Dalvin Cook did last year. From what I hear,
he didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance.
What, was he injured or was he just
no?
on the bench?
They had Brees Hall, who wasn't about to sit down. With the Jets, they didn't let him play. He has fresh legs. He has fresh legs. No doubt about it. Oh, let me see. AC, you calling me? Okay. Hold on a second.
Yeah. What's going on, D-Dead? Everybody in here from the Angry Cowboys.
What's up? I didn't open up the line, but you see
me in the building. What's going on?
What's going on? What's up, AC? I can hear you.
Right, CJ in the building.
You on the show right now? What's up?
Everybody in the building. What's going on? And yeah, we just started the Angry Cowboys fan member.
I will. I'll call you back.
Stuff. So
right,
yeah, if you're interested, y'all know.
Good. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate all y'all. Hey, I appreciate everybody on the Angry Cowboy fan station again. Listen, I know you guys pretty much don't know me, but I'm big time. That's all you need to know. Big time. And for those that don't know, Angry Cowboy fan is on the Big Time Show. This is the Angry Cowboy fan. Dynamic guy, man. Dynamic guy. Love him and just excited to have him with me. And we just freestyling, y'all. I wanted to get somebody on here that has watched the same preseason I've had, but maybe having a different perspective than I have, you know, at the moment. Y'all heard where I stand at. I want to get a different angle. And that's what I brought him in for. What you got now, Angry Cowboy fan? What you want to work with now?
Let's see if I can pull out the bag of tricks. You know, we were talking about Mike McCarthy earlier, and the issue with the Dallas Cowboys, like, and people can go ahead and put it in the chat, please. And I know I might get some people say the issue's Dak Prescott. But to me, and this is my own opinion, and you guys are so free to have your own. I feel that yes, physicality was an issue a little bit because we were missing our linebackers and run stoppers. But I believe more of the issue, even when we have the run stoppers and we have the run game, we have an issue with our mental, with our mentality. Once we hit the playoffs, once the lights get the brightest, we fold a lot of the times, you know, and I think they really need to look into that. Like, what was it during the pandemic? Dak Prescott came out and said something about his depression and everything. So with him saying that, you should know that, okay, he does suffer from something, you know, depression, a mental illness. Let me check on him before we go into the playoffs. You know, let's have a talk right after that week, you know, that last game of the regular season. Boom, take him out to dinner, do whatever you got to do, but get into this man's head, because if you get into his head and I can't be beat, you go into that stadium with that I can't be beat mentality, that is going to trickle down to your team, from the coach to the quarterback to the players underneath them. Like, What do you think about that? What do you think about the mentality of the Cowboys?
And I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're saying that I ain't gonna say it starts with the coach, but as far as the field, it sounds like you're saying that the quarterback kind of need to lead the team in that area. Am I right? Is that what
And
you're kind of saying?
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think Dak is great. I think he's a wonderful quarterback, top 5 quarterback. But the thing is, when the lights get the brightest, you do not need to be the one that people look at and say, you folded.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, well, they're gonna blame Dak for everything anyway. I mean, it's just as simple. The pattern that I've seen with Dak in the playoffs, and Cowboy fan, is that other than the Tampa Bay game, other than that one, every other game they start off so slow. And the way that the Cowboys playoff games, other than the Tampa Bay game, has been teams jump on us severely. And then that has what we always call the empty calorie yards.
Mm-hmm.
And you make the score look somewhat respectable. But the truth of the matter is, in the third quarter, it was 40-16. But you end up scoring 32 points.
Right.
But you made it, but the game essentially was already over. The Green Bay game a few years ago, at halftime, I believe it was 31-3 at halftime. But that brought us all the way back and tied the game, if I'm not mistaken. Then, of course, Crosby made that crazy kick to win the game, and Rodgers made that incredible throw on the sideline. But what I'm saying is, what I've always said is, and I'm not one to make Dak excuses. The bottom line is, they came in as the number 1 offense in the league, the playoff game. Here's what I'm saying, and this is where some of you who are justified in saying Dak this, Dak that. Okay, why does it take so long to stop the bleeding? There's nowhere in the world, number 1 offense in the league should have 3 straight possessions of 3 straight, 3 and outs. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? No, you're at home. You're at home. You got the number 1 offense in the league. You earned the right to do that. And while the scoreboard was steadily lighting up in Green Bay's, favor, something should have been done to stop it. You know what I'm saying? At least make it 21-7. At least make it 21-10.
Right.
But not all the way to 27-0. The whole air went out of the building. And then the Green Bay game, which I was talking about. At that time, you had Cooper. You had all these guys. Look, it shouldn't have got to 31-3 now. You're at home again. You got a younger Ezekiel Elliott. You got a Amari Cooper. You got a healthy Michael Gallup. No, stop the bleeding. That's that's on the players. We can holler Mike McCarthy and play calling, all that kind of stuff, and calm the game down. You know what I'm saying? And somebody just said that Dak did throw the pick 6, and then he threw another interception. You can't do that. Love Dak, but you can't do that. You're in the playoffs. You have to stop the bleeding before the whole morale of the whole building go down. It was quiet as a church mouse in there, man. You could have hollered from one end to the stadium and could have heard the echo all the way to the other side. It was quiet, and the only people was talking was Green Bay. It was ridiculous. I need you to stop the building, but I'm saying the pattern for Dak's playoff games, other than the Tampa Bay game, has pretty much been the same. You jump out on us, or let me put it this way. Well, it's the same thing, even in the close San Francisco playoff games. We didn't make the play, whether we were far behind or close. We didn't make the play to go ahead and get things going. That was the only thing that stopped us in the San Francisco playoff game. We didn't make the play. We were there, right there, but we just didn't make the play. And it's been the same pattern. So I don't know. And you're right. I just packaged it a different way. It is mentality. It is mentality. But you got to be honest. At some point, and I don't know if it's at that point now. Some Cowboy fans say it is at this point. At some point, you got to say it is what it is. Like he is that. And there's a lot of us are saying no, he's still climbing. But after 8 years, you put it this way: if he went ahead and the Tampa Bay game was kind of like, wow, it wasn't expected. A lot of people thought Brady was going to win. Nobody thought we were going to go down there and rip up Tampa Bay like that, and it shocked us. Like we saying, oh my God, 4 touchdowns, 360 something yard passing, perfect quarterback rating, and we were saying like, oh wow, is this Dak? Where does Dak come from? Because it wasn't expected. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the one that we saw in the Green Bay games, San Francisco game, the Green Bay game from last year, that's the Dak Prescott that we kind of are like used to. See what I'm saying? So at what point do we say it is what it is, or do we keep holding on to the hope and saying, "No, Dak gonna get it. Dak gonna do better." Somebody gonna have to tell the truth eventually. Some of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm saying, but I'm just saying I ain't saying what I'm saying it is. I think Dak is growing every year. It's obvious he is. But when the lights turn on, we still wondering which Dak gonna show up. Let's just say it like that.
I think it's a whole microcosm of everything, just sound complimentary football.
Yeah.
What was it? Ray Lewis went to his quarterback and he was like, they're not going to score over this many. If you can get us this, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
That's the attitude the Dallas Cowboys need. That's the attitude that I hope Mike Zimmer can bring to this defense. Like let's say if Dak Prescott throws an interception, Micah Parsons goes to him, don't worry about it, we'll get it back.
Yeah.
Goes out there and gets it back. But the thing is like, unlike last year, we need the run game, and it's not more of needing the run game for the yards. Yes, the yards are wonderful, but it's needing the run game in the situational football and chewing the clock, getting the time of possession battle, because last year what we were doing, it was just defense on the field. Offense comes in, 3 and out, defense on the field, So, I mean, I can now, looking at it that way, I'm like, well, now I see what D-Law was talking about. They were tired. They were always out on the field.
Yeah. So and I'm looking at some of the comments, and we're not blaming Dak. I just said this because maybe you just came in. I said that when you're that guy, when you are an all-pro quarterback like Dak is, when you are the runner-up in MVP voting, or you should have been the MVP of the league, you got to stop the bleeding. You got to. You see, if and I hate to compare, but if we had certain quarterbacks, it wouldn't have happened. Patrick Mahomes is stopping the bleeding. I'm just calling it like it is. There's a couple other ones that's there. And I understand what y'all gonna say. Well, Patrick Mahomes didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. Well, he's going against world class defense, but that Patrick Mahomes playing like that on offense not scoring, that's an anomaly. That don't happen with him. I agree. We need a running game. I get all that, but somebody should have stopped the bleeding. That is a mixture of play calling because they started panicking. They went down 14-0. They put the ball in Dak's hands, put him in shotgun the whole time and all that type of stuff, and it was not working. We should have had a running game, but we didn't call it. Martin McCarthy is to blame with that. But 27-0, no, somebody got to stop the bleeding. I understand. I like your question, Michael Clark. I like your question because it's a fair question. You said, how can he stop the bleeding if the receivers aren't getting open? I don't agree with that. In the Super Bowl, the defense stopped the bleeding. Well, I can't argue with you. They were also dropping balls too, if you remember. So, I got to give you that. Go ahead. I ain't Cowboy fan.
No, I'm just looking at not last year's schedule, but the year before that, because people keep saying that just beat up on tomato cans, just beat up on tomato cans, like. So we beat up on tomato cans for the past 3 years or the past year? Because we've been 12-5 for 3 years. So
that's a lot of tomato cans.
We're all 36 tomato cans.
No. Man. We don't want a lot of games. We don't a lot of games. I get what this is the big divide in Cowboy land. When we start talking about Dak Prescott, that's always going to be the divide. And I think two things can be true at the same time, though, y'all. I'm not knocking Dak. I love Dak. I love Dak. I think he's going more like this than going down. He's going up. But at the same time, you got to give a realistic evaluation of it. No, it's not all Dak's fault. Dak don't play defense. I agree with that. Dan Quinn looked like he was lost out there. I give you that. But even on that note, I'm still saying the same thing. You got the number one offense in the league. You got to do something. That's all I'm saying.
But my thing is, you can put a Band-Aid on a cut, and if the cut is deep enough, the Band-Aid's going to do no good.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
if
your defense can't stop anything, no matter what your offense does, if your opponent gets ahead of you, you lose.
Yeah.
They can go down score because your defense doesn't do anything. You can go down score, but because they got 7 over you, you lose.
No question about it.
If you lose by 1 or if you lose by 100, you lose.
That leads to this, because I don't know how you feel about it, because I haven't heard you. I ain't seen enough of your shows. Well, I know you done said something, but I haven't heard it, and I know my viewers have not heard you. Are you extending that?
Yeah, no question.
Why?
Why am I extending Dak is because whatever receiver that he is given, and I know that he was given a lot of good ones, but he was given a lot of ones too. But the ones that he were given, he made household names, not just because they were Dallas Cowboys. The tight end, he's emerging. He's not emerging without a good quarterback to throw it to him.
Went to the Pro Bowl last year. Actually, Jake went to the Pro Bowl last year.
Without a comparable quarterback. And you can say Cooper Rush or Trey Lance, but we know what happens whenever they meet competition. That year, Cooper Rush got dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Dak owns the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, yes, I'm extending him for future purposes. Extend him for 4 to 5 years. In his second to third year, if you sign him to 5 years, his third year, you draft his quarterback. You draft his replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Give that replacement 2.5 years behind him, and then he's taken over. At this point, you are in your 12th year. You're in your 13th year.
Mm-hmm.
This quarterback is taking over. You can bow out or you can get out.
Wow. Love it. You got a super chat over there, Mike. On my show, when we do super chats, we automatically stop whatever we're doing and read because people decided to patronize your show. Michael Clark says, I'm not absolving Dak if his part in these playoff losses, but he can't play defense. Our number 2 wide receiver was Brandon Cooks, who got going late, and we had no running game. To be honest with you, and there's no lie in that at all. But it was a total team loss. Nobody played with. Nobody. Offense, defense, everything else. It is what it is. So but there are points in the game where you can see where something should have happened. It was just a bad game. Some days you have it, some days you don't, and the Cowboys just didn't have it at the worst time. That's the way I look at it. Nobody played well. Nobody. It was offense, defense. Quinn was horrible. McCarthy was horrible. The defense was horrible. The offense was horrible. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
cheerleaders were horrible. The concession stand people were horrible. Parking lot attendants were horrible. It was just horrible. It was, it is what it is. It was just as raggedy. And I'm looking at the chat, and like I said, when we start talking about that, this is the great divide in the whole cowboy land.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us say sign them. A lot of us say is get rid of them, let them walk. And as I said before, I personally think that the Cowboys are going to extend them without question. I think it's going to happen, and we just going to have to deal with it. Hopefully they kind of put stuff around him. And I know some of y'all gonna say he's always had things around him. I get it. But King Cowboy fan has just come up with something good by saying the mentality. I believe it starts with the head coach, and Cowboy fan. And Mike McCarthy is not a rah-rah type guy, not to me. I think that he's a finesse type coach. I think he's a player's coach. And we've been saying for years that this team, when you got this type of talent, all these all pros, you need a guy that's gonna put their foot up their butt. That's what I'm saying. They need a taskmaster type guy. And Jerry Jones will not sign or hire a guy like that because you might take away the starting from him.
Like I said before, in order to win a Super Bowl, you need a Super Bowl caliber front office, head coaching staff, and Super Bowl caliber players. It starts it starts with Jerry. You got to be Super Bowl caliber. You got to expect Super Bowl and be willing to give whatever it takes for said Super Bowl, because you pay these guys to go out on the field for you and do whatever it takes, give up whatever it takes to get to that point. But your owner doesn't.
Yeah.
The owner doesn't.
Yeah. It's just horrible. So you go ahead and see what he's talking about, because that's another whole show by itself talking about Jerry and Stephen Jones.
Oh,
we ain't going to even go that route, because we'll be here for the next 5 hours talking bad about them, because that's where it starts. You understand? But it trickulates down after that. Go ahead.
And Chubb said, get Bill Belichick. But how do we not know that Bill Belichick isn't stuck in his ways? It's stuck in the past NFL, where it was run heavy, where it was defense win Super Bowls. Don't get it twisted. Defense does win Super Bowls, but at the same time, a high-powered offense guarantees to get you there. A comparable offense guarantees to get you there. And the way Bill Belichick may do things, I feel that he may be that fossil. The NFL has moved on to younger, more explosive style offensive and defensive coordinators.
But if you're a Cowboy fan, who said that Chubb, we all know that Jerry Jones would not sign that type of personality in that locker room, because he's not a yes man. You see what I'm saying? He's not a yes guy. Bill Belichick comes from a place where he was the GM himself and the head coach, and he got a lot of rings and jewelry on his finger to prove that he knows what he was doing. So he would come in and try to change that. He would want too much power. Jerry's not giving up that type of power to Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick comes in to run a show. He comes in to run. That's what Robert Kraft let him do. He's not coming in just to be a coach. You see what I'm saying? That is not going to happen. Kid Cowboy says Will McClay is a yes man. But here's the difference, though. When you go that route, Kid Cowboy, you can't argue with the success of what he's done as far as production in his job. His job is to scout the players, suggest them on, and then we draft them. Jerry's not watching no tape. Stephen Jones not watching no tape. They're not breaking down cone drills and all that. They're getting suggestions from Will McClay and his staff. What has Will McClay and his staff produced? A lot of Pro Bowls. A lot of all pros. So Will McClay, you may say he's a yes man, but he's getting paid like he's a real GM because he has produced. That's what Bill Belichick would do. But Will McClay ain't gonna say nothing. Will McClay gonna stay in the background. With the only time we see him really is in the draft. After that, we don't see William. Bill Belichick, the type dude, gonna come in and take over. That's not what Jerry wants. So we don't even entertain a strong will coach, if you want to say that. Man, we've been talking about this for a minute. Come on, Cowboy, talk to
me. For people that want the quarterback out and don't think that the quarterback is a great talent, y'all sure do want to bring a coach in here that kind of bombed out when he didn't have a great talent as his quarterback. I mean, we got to keep it a buck here. Like the New England Patriots was bad. And y'all want to bring that coach with his coaching system down to Dallas. No, we can do bad by ourselves.
You got the dance floor with that. You go and elaborate some more on that one.
I don't know. I mean,
so in other words, he didn't have Brady. He had Matt Jones.
He didn't have Brady, and I mean, Mike McCarthy is another one. McCarthy is another one. You look, okay, he got them a Super Bowl in Green Bay. Like he got them one Super Bowl, and he had Aaron Rodgers. And I know you guys ain't gonna put Dak Prescott on Aaron Rodgers' level. So what did they think when he was gonna come down here? Same mediocrity that he's been putting out.
I need y'all to hit that like button for my brother who just dropped one of them bombs like he always does. For that Bill Belichick statement, go hit that like button. All of y'all on this channel over there, y'all need to smash that like button here. I might have to use that one, so I can put that on my little highlights. He told the truth right there. Some of this stuff you got to have a quarterback, and I know a lot of y'all. I'm almost scared to ask this because y'all ain't fair. Y'all not fair to that. Look, if the man, listen, y'all. We had this. I don't know how it is on your show, Angry Cowboy fan, but we go this route and people just be lying. They just lie. I just answer like this, y'all. I just want to see, is Dak Prescott a top? I even make it general. Is Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback?
Yep.
I mean, I say without a doubt, but I just want to see. Because it's a whole bunch of Cowboy fans in here. And a lot of Cowboy fans that would give up on Dak. And then there's a lot of Cowboy fans that say, let's sign Dak. I just want to see, y'all put it in. Yes or no? Kid Cowboy says no. Yeah. Michael Clark says top 5. You see the divide? Keith Bruce says yes. Jay Bryan says yes. Y'all keep the comments coming. I just want to see. Jay Bryan says top 5. Robert King. Sir. Yes, sir. Kid Cowboy says, I don't know what he said. He's 25 in the playoffs. Leon says a top 3 quarterback. And John Cofield says yes. I just want to see all of y'all that don't like that. Y'all come on top 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Season quarterback. Playoff quarterback.
Dominic Foxworth said it correctly.
So you can think what you want to think, but the numbers suggest that you're wrong.
I like that.
Scott is a top 5 quarterback.
He's a top 5 quarterback. He is. It's no other way. He says no, but sign him anyway. Very interesting, Drew.
Drew's an Eagles fan.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains why he said that. Let me get him on there. I understand why. Appreciate you, Drew, for that comment. I'm about to give you some love. I'm about to ask you a question, but you're an Eagle fan, so I know why you said that. Okay. 3 years straight choke job, Kid Cowboy said. Top 10, yes. There's the few who have on a different level. Pitt pretty much won. Mahomes, Brady was the other. Okay. That's fair. Freeman says, everybody, majority saying top 5.
Yep.
At least top 5, definitely top 10. I'm going to say this, y'all. He's an MVP candidate. Should have been the MVP last year. Mm-hmm. And he's an all-pro quarterback. There's only 2 of those. Lamar, Dak Prescott. And I know what y'all saying. Well, Patrick Mahomes is not one, but he's the best quarterback in the league. I agree 1,000%. I get no argument. But you cannot diminish the year that this dude had last year. He was dynamic last year. Without a doubt. There's no question about it. Come on, Kev. Come on. We've been rolling. Come on, talk to me some more. Because I know you got some more contradiction for me.
He said contradiction. Hold on, I'm trying to find that question from Drew.
Man, we cooking tonight, y'all. Y'all got to give us some credit. Y'all hit that like button for us, man. We cooking tonight. I got my brother with me. I'm happy.
Okay, he's Dak getting his extension, 5 years, $250 million. Please come on, Jerry. I'm trying to find that question because he said, nah, ask me the question. He's objective, so he wanted to know the question that you wanted to ask, and I cut you off.
I'm sorry.
So,
somebody wanted to ask me a question about Dak.
Yeah. Now I can't find it.
Was it this? Was it this one?
Oh, no,
not that one. But to answer your question, William, what tier? Well, nobody's on Mahomes level.
No.
I mean, that's just right. I guess everybody would say after that, maybe a Burrow. Some folks would say Josh Allen. I've never been a fan of Josh Allen. I'm not saying he's not good, but Dak's stats kill Josh Allen every year. So I don't know, what y'all looking at. I know, Allen has the better ESPN highlight plays. I give you that because he's so dynamic. But other than he turned the ball over at least 15 times a year. He always has double-digit interceptions. He fumbles the ball a whole lot. But everybody love him. But go ahead.
I just came across the comment.
Okay.
Voodoo Dog, what's going on with you, man? Says Cooper Rush brother has a better winning percentage than Dak.
Come on, y'all.
He only played like 11 games.
Well, and the play style. And see, y'all want to do that. Y'all can't do that now.
You're right.
Because they ran the ball down people's throat when Cooper Rush was there. He had one game, I think he threw over 300 yards. And I'm not saying Cooper can't play, but the defense was so solid then. They were dominating and eating guys up. But the average that Cooper Rush was doing, he was throwing for about 141 yards. I mean, the offense was limited. Maybe that was because of a lack of trust with Cooper Rush. But y'all know Dak Prescott opened this offense up. And the truth be told, y'all, listen, let me go and drop my little bomb. Maybe it ain't as effective as angry Cowboy fan. But see, y'all got to tell the truth for all y'all Dak haters in here. Listen, y'all said we didn't have a running game last year. All right? Y'all said the defense kind of went down last year, right? That's what y'all was saying. Well, then who you think carried the team then? You can't say it was CeeDee Lamb because somebody had to throw it to CeeDee Lamb. So who really carried this team last year? It wasn't Tony Pollard. No, sir. It wasn't the offensive line because the offensive line was patched up pretty much the whole year. So who you think carried this team to 12 wins? You may not like Dak, but you better tell the truth at the same time. And somebody said it was the kicker. Oh, he was solid. But who drove the ball down the field for him to kick the field goal? Come on now, y'all gotta be honest about it.
And people say that your quarterback needs to elevate. Well, when you're elevating mediocre people, that's when you get 12-5.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get some dogs in there, maybe that 12-5 goes to NFC Championship.
Good.
All goes back to free agency and not making moves and stuff. And Dak don't do that.
Yeah. So I mean, but we got to be honest, man. Okay, since y'all don't want to give him credit, how about this? You take Dak off this team from last year. Where are we? Now answer that one. It's just while y'all chatting. Answer that. If you take Dak off this team last year and y'all say Cooper Rush the guy, you put Cooper Rush back there. Or since a lot of y'all, when Trey Lance got signed last year, a lot of folks saying Trey the Dak in trouble. Trey gonna take over like that. If you put Trey Lance back there or Cooper Rush, where's this team at? I tell you where we would have been. Somebody said the conference final. Lord have mercy.
The naysayer.
Lord have mercy.
He gonna say that no matter what.
This team would have been drafted in the top 10 last year. I mean, this for this draft.
For real, we really would have got a shot at a quarterback this draft.
Yeah. You've been begging for it. So no, y'all got to give Dak his credit, man. He carried this team last year, and I'm saying somebody saying 4-13, 5-12, 8-8. Put it this way: Philadelphia would have won the division last year. Let's just say that. Okay, we just say that Philadelphia would have won the division. Dak Prescott wouldn't have been there. Can we'll just stick with that. Everybody say amen on that and just call it the truth. And for those that don't want to tell the truth, just don't type. Just don't type because you know you don't want to tell the truth. It's really just that simple. But somebody say Dak is a coach killer.
Ooh.
How?
Ooh, how?
Please don't say, are you talking about Kellen Moore? Kellen Moore had opportunities every year to go somewhere. He just decided to stay. And then Mike McCarthy wanted to go ahead and call plays. The only way he was going to do that is unless Kellen Moore had to leave. That's the only way. Michael Carter, thank you, sir. See, this is the truth. But, of course, you already know when you say this, Michael Clark, everybody going to go straight to the playoffs. So, but you're not lying on this. Let me put it up. It was a super chat he put up. He says, fun fact, Dak never had a losing season. He didn't. Drew, type your question in, sir, because we got so many comments in here. Or copy it, and I promise you I'll answer it. Okay. Drew, I don't know what you asking, because I got so many in here. Go ahead and put it back up for me. I promise you I'll answer it. If you was asking me now, I don't know. Go ahead. What we got now, ain't Cowboy fan?
Nah, I was just reacting to some comments.
Oh, go ahead with it. Yeah, they lighting it up in here. So
yeah.
Some of this stuff ain't making sense, but hey.
look at the 2021 Dallas Cowboy roster. Okay. Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Amari Cooper, a rookie, CeeDee Lamb, Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Tyler Biotish, Zach Martin, and Lyle Collins. Okay.
Zeke, I'll go ahead and start off. Zeke was not Zeke. Zeke was injured. And that's where, Zeke was injured. Y'all remember that? His knee was shot. He played on it. He just got to 1,000. Zeke was nowhere near the guy that he was. Who did they say were the wide receivers?
Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb.
Amari Cooper, they stopped throwing Amari. Amari Cooper was out a few games as well that year. 2021, that was COVID year, if I'm not mistaken. Amari missed a couple games because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all remember that, Blake Jarwin was not nothing that you can, count on. He was not featured. Michael Gallup was that his last year being fully healthy?
They don't even say Michael Gallup on here.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he was there. The defense was not that good until Quinn got here.
Noah Brown.
No. Noah played well for us. I give him credit, but he was not a guy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a guy.
Yeah, Michael Gallup was right here. Yeah, he was on the team, but he must have been,
Was he hurt? You can tell by his stats.
They ain't even showing his stats. That's the thing. So he must have been hurt.
Yeah, these guys were not. They weren't that great defensively until Quinn got here. Quinn turned it around. Somebody said Cedric Wilson, but Cedric was a good receiver when the ball came his way, but was he really counted upon? And Cedric's at Miami.
And that's the thing. Like, you say Cedric Wilson, you didn't hear from Cedric Wilson after he left the Cowboys.
No. He didn't do nothing.
Dak helped elevate this man's play to where he became a household name.
Mm-hmm. Dak got him his contract in Miami. Truth be told, that's why they signed him. So again, like I said, man, look, Dak helped out Amari Cooper without a doubt. Dak made CeeDee Lamb an all-pro receiver 2 straight years. 2 straight years, y'all. I'm gonna say it again. Second team All Pro 2 years ago, CD. First team All Pro this year. Dak has done some damage. I'm not saying CD wouldn't do that anywhere else because I think CD is that type of player. But you got to give Dak a lot of credit here now. I mean, I don't see why. I see why when you just can't stand a person, you just can't stand them. You throw up anything. But it still don't take away that Dak is that dude. That's the way I feel about it. Talk to me, I ain't Cowboy fan. I know you got something else on the list.
Yeah, let me see what's on the list.
Yeah, come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. I tell you, I want an angry Cowboy fan to come on here and change the perspective. Or give another angle to the same situation. Come on, talk to me.
All right, who do you foresee making that second or third year jump? Like, who do you think is gonna emerge from, oh yeah, he's an emerging star, to now he's arrived and now he's a threat? You can consider him a threat on the offense or defense.
Jake Ferguson. I think Jake Ferguson is just going to grow. I think Jake Ferguson has a chance to be. No, he won't be. But he I was gonna say all pro type, but you know he made his first Pro Bowl last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's obviously going to be a whole lot better this year. I can see him really taking it to another level, and if he does, that's going to open everything up for everybody. You know, as far as wide receiver goes, I just use him because that's the one the most that I can see. The most out of everybody. I think is this Terrence Steele's third year or fourth year?
That's, I was looking to see when Terrence Steele was a free agent, and he's a free agent in 2029.
So I believe is it just his third year being a starter? If that is the case, then I'm gonna say Terrence Steele because he's healthy now. If I want to go those two as far as starters goes, if I want to go defense, I got to go with Sam Williams, number one. I'm expecting Sam to go crazy this year. I am. Sam to go, and then I can also see. Where it's not his second year jump, I'm expecting a lot from Overshawn.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if they're gonna count this as well. I don't know if they're categorizing him as a rookie since he didn't play last year, or they're categorizing him as this is his second year because he did get drafted last year. I believe that Overshawn. I even go with somebody that maybe not be popular. I believe Damone Clark is going to have a better year than he had last year, and he was pretty decent last year to me.
Yeah.
I think that he's, the defensive changed. But one thing about Zimmer is going to put you in the right spots.
Right.
As a veteran, he's going to get the best out of you. I think Clark, Overshawn, and as crazy as it may sound, I ain't throw one more wild card in. And it ain't going to be because of numbers. I believe it's just going to be because of experience. I believe Deron Bland still has another level to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he ain't going to get the interceptions like he did last year. But I believe Deron Bland is going to be, even better than what he was last year, technically speaking. I think he's going to be kind of he's going to take it to another level where he can go ahead and take one-on-one for real. And he did a lot of it, but he got baked a couple times last year toward the end. But I really believe he's going to be even better this year. May not be in the numbers as far as interceptions. You ain't going to get all those interceptions, pick sixes and all that. It ain't going to be that way. It's just that you're going to have pretty good lockdown corner. So those are mine. I know I went a little over on that, but that's what I'm thinking. What you think?
Nah, you picked up a lot of good ones. Let's see. I think Jordan Lewis is going to be playing pretty good next year.
Wow, good, but that's a good one, especially since he struggled through the injury
Yeah,
last year. So he
struggled through
should
the
be fully
injury,
healthy now.
but you see him toward the last of
Yeah, he
the end
came
of the
on.
season.
Yes, sir. He
He
came
started
on.
sparking.
Okay.
So now that he's on the 1 year deal and everything, everybody's playing for their future. So I think there's going to be a level of intensity when it comes to these, especially these veteran players on these 1 year deals. Yeah, so I think Jordan Lewis will pop up. Um, Obviously, Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna continue to see Dak get better.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's one thing that you could rely on him with. Yes, we haven't gotten past that big hump, but those individual obstacles, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want to keep the interceptions down. I'm not going to throw over 10 interceptions. He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that he set his mind to, ball security, and he got it done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mojo think Marquise Bell. Okay.
I think you're gonna suffer, y'all,
You think Marquise going to be a
because they've already said they moved him back to safety. Okay. If you're moving Marquise Bell back to safety, here's my question to those that are saying Marquise. Well, that's crowded. Is he gonna start over Donovan Wilson? Nope. They paying Donovan now, so y'all know that. Is he gonna start over Malik Hooker? Nope. So those are those. That's what I'm saying. So those are your two safeties. I even throw this in. They got to find a way to put Wanye Thomas on the field. Wanye, good things happened when he was on the field. And I'm not saying he should be over Marquise. I'm just saying when you take him away from, he shouldn't be a linebacker. So he's not going to be a linebacker. But and you're not going to play three safeties. Well, you will, and maybe in some packages. But Marquise is going to suffer playing time because Donovan and Malik Hooker have to be on the field. Those are your two starting safeties. So I think Marquise is going to suffer a little bit with playing time because they ain't going to put him in linebacker.
But and I see this. I know everybody kind of dumping on the running game, but I see it being more of an effect this year than it was last year.
He ain't running the ball though, ain't a Cowboy fan. He's not a run. He talk the talk, but he don't walk the walk. He don't call no running plays.
My thing is that you go back and you watch those first two games. He called running game. He called running plays. He did. And then when he found that he hit a brick wall, it's like, I can't rely on this anymore. I have to rely on Dak. And that's when CD, that's when
lost his mind. Yeah.
That's when CD said, "Yeah, get me the ball. I can be a weapon." Yeah. And that's when they started getting him the ball and figured out that the pass game opened up the run game. Oh, shoot.
I got a super chat here. James says, I believe Sam will be the sleeper 5 to 7 sack guy. I think it's going to be more than that, James. Because of just by playing time. He had that with just a little time that he had last year. 3 or 4 sacks is what he had, but he had constant pressure. I believe he's going to get more than that. I think you can look at him like Dorrance Armstrong. When Armstrong had 8 on limited time and splitting time, Sam is going to have a lot of work this year. And I think he can get double digits. I believe in Sam like that. I do.
Mm-hmm. Boy, we done had you guys on for a whole.
Yeah, man. We got about another. Let me say this. I forgot. I'm looking at everybody in the chat, but we also joined by all of those that are watching on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Also, if you have an Android device, those that are watching on the NGBN.TV app. Appreciate all of you guys. I know some of you probably want to chat, but you cannot chat because we're not capable of doing that as of now. But if you ever want to chat, you can jump on these YouTube pages or my Facebook page, throw it in, and then pop back out if you want, whatever the case may be. We're live there. So I appreciate everybody that's watching over there as well. Just in case for all of you guys that don't know, at least on Roku and all the other places where I am. Listen, this guy that's below me here, and he really ain't below me. I should have put him beside me. This guy is a bad guy, man. This is the Angry Cowboys fan. Listen, if you want to follow him, if you have YouTube on your phones or whatever, follow him as well. It's real simple. The Angry Cowboy fan on YouTube or Facebook. Follow him. You're going to get some of the same flavor that you get in the night. But he really goes off. See, he trying to be low key. I need the anger and all that type of stuff that he usually do. He's electric. I'm serious. This dude is electric. You will enjoy him as well. I'm just glad to have my brother with me. I hope y'all enjoying it so far. All of you that's on the Angry Cowboy Fans channel, listen, I'm just grateful that y'all came in. Those of you, of course, on Big Time Show, hey, we all family here. And we gained another brother tonight, and this is just simply awesome. You got one more big Angry Cowboy fan. I told y'all I let him run the show tonight. I told y'all that.
Do I have one more? All right, yeah, I got one more. According to the NFL talking heads, the rumor around the star is that the Dallas Cowboys are interested in Pittsburgh Steelers running back Najee Harris. How do you feel about him coming to the Cowboys?
Wouldn't that be the same as well, it wouldn't be the same because he's younger. Mm-hmm. But it's a power running back. So if I got Zeke, if I got Najee Harris, and I got Rico, isn't that almost the same running back? I mean, where's the lightning?
I see Rico with more of a flash.
He does out of the three. I'm just saying, but it ain't such a gigantic difference. I'm like, where's the guy that can bust it for 60? That's what I'm saying. You got power. I'll give you that. And if you're telling me we're gonna be a power running team, Najee Harris would fit if that is the rumor. If that is the case, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, where's the guy that will be a legitimate threat for somebody taking to the house? That's what I'm saying. James says, no way, no change. But I get that. Najee Harris, at this point in his career, is better than Rico. And there's a case that says that he's better than Ezekiel Elliott. At this point in his career. Because he can do everything Zeke does. He can pass block. He can run you over. He can run through you. He can run around you at this point. At this point in his career. But I think they're the same guy. Would I accept it? I'll take it. But I think that's the same. You know, we would have to. I got a better question than that. If you get somebody like that, will you turn this offense into really a power running offense?
Yep.
In other words, will you take the ball? When I look at the end of the stat sheet and I see Dak Prescott's name, will he have 38 passes for a game?
Nope.
Or will he go down to 25?
I give him the maximum I will give him is 30. Because the stat is once Dak Prescott goes over 30, he starts throwing interceptions. So, no, I keep him right at 30.
What you feel about Najee? What do you feel about that room?
But if I had to, I really have to see Najee and tape on him to really give a good assessment. But as far as it happening, it's not going to happen. And one thing that Cowboys Nation, which I need to start doing, I'm going to give you some advice here, all right? What we need to start doing is whenever you hear a name from the 4 and 3 letter networks that the Dallas Cowboys are interested in,
never happens.
Don't count on it. It's not going to happen. Like the Cowboys are interested in Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get him, So whenever they announce somebody, But I mean, his price looks good. You know, $3 million, just over $3 million.
Is he under contract with Pittsburgh though?
He
Is he
is.
under contract? So that means to get a guy like that, you're gonna have to give up. And the Cowboys ain't giving nothing up. They love the draft too much. You know what I'm saying? They love their picks, and that ain't gonna. More I think about that, I wouldn't do it because you can get that in the draft.
Yeah, and the thing is like next year you have all of your picks, I believe, and you have up to 4 compensatory picks. 3 or 4.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. Now you can find another running back. I just think it's the same type of running back. I need a home run hitter, and some of y'all gonna say we got it with Deuce, but I know some of y'all gonna say that, but I'm just saying we need a guy that can flat out bust it. And we'll hit his head on the goal post. That's what we need on that.
I need my receivers to be able to hit their head on the goal post.
Uh-oh.
I need my running backs to get me 7 yards a clip, 5 yards a clip, stay ahead of the chains, keep our offense out there so our defense can rest. That's what I need. Like, yeah, these receivers hit your head on that goal post. These running backs, that's why I say the power game would work, because we don't need that home run hitter.
If this line, as a lot of people are expecting to be that type of line, then let's make it basic. I'll make it basic. Zeke's average when he left Dallas, I think, was 3.1 or 2, and that line was patched up. If this line is what everybody thinking it is, if Zeke could just get to average, his average, he's going to have some plays where he gets stopped. But if his average is back up in the 4s plus, and I'm talking about something like 4.1 to maybe about 4.3, we good.
We good.
You see what I'm saying? We ain't got to have a lot here. I'm saying that if this line does what I think possibly it might can do here this year, if Zeke can go from 3.1 to maybe about a 4 on the dot, I'd take 4 on the dot. We good. I'd rather have 2nd and 6 than 2nd and 9.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think this line is capable of opening up, moving some people this year. So we almost kind of making a full circle right from the start, going back to the offensive line. I think that if we can really, a lot of this depends on who's in there. A lot of y'all got BB penciled in as a center, and everybody think Guyton's going that. If they do what a lot of y'all thinking they can do, these running backs are going to have some holes to run through. And if that is the case, then now we talking now. And I think Zeke could have a pretty good, decent year. I ain't saying he's going to lead the league in rushing. I ain't saying he's going to be a Pro Bowl running back. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if Zeke can get back to right around the 4.0 area as far as the average goes, then we're going to be able to do something. I ain't saying 12 wins. I ain't saying Super Bowl. I'm just saying the offense won't be such a drop like a lot of people thinking it's going to be. That's what I'm saying. I think that the offense is still going to be top 10-ish, top 8-ish type offense. And if that be the case, if this defense does what a lot of people think you're going to do, top 10 maybe defense, you're going to win a lot of football games with a top 10 offense and top 10 defense. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
What you think about that?
I was reading this comment, said I read something that somewhere that Guyton only played 14 games. That worries me. That's when I did my draft analysis, my coverage. I did say that Guyton might be a project. Because having a left-handed quarterback, you're on the right side. You're the right tackle. There's going to be that learning curve. So, William, I don't want to be so dramatic, but I do kind of agree with you. It worries me a little bit But with the guys that we have, with the Tyler Smiths that can help these guys, because it's that mental, it's that cohesion with that offensive line. It's not just going on the field and playing with these other other guys, these other three guys.
I got one better than that, William. And maybe I can, William, maybe I can, and grab one, maybe I can sell it. Listen, you got to understand what's getting ready to happen. See, with Tyler Guyton, we're going to find out real quick how good he is because of who he got to see in practice. See, he's going to get baptized real quick. Because if I'm the coach and you're the presumed starting left tackle, I have to find out how good you are real quick. So, Mr. Michael Parsons, come here. Line up against Mr. Guyton and destroy him. Come here, D-Law. Your turn. Line up against Guyton and destroy him. Come here, little rookie, Nealon. Go against Guyton and destroy him. Come here, Sam Williams. Come here. Line up against him and destroy him. And just in practice, you're going to find out how good he is. Because, see, if he can survive that gauntlet, when you get, you can't. No, of course, you can't hit it, but we're going to get a little bit more realistic because Guyton have to deal with the speed rush. Yeah, they're in short, but they're running. Can you get your feet in proper place? At least put your hands on Michael Parsons. When they get in the pads, a couple padded practice. Well, perfect, Mojo. I agree with you. If Guyton destroys Michael Parsons in practice, look, I love your question because that's what you got to see. Let me put it up. If I can. There you go. Yeah. If he destroys Michael Parsons, then you ain't worried about Sunday because there ain't too many better than Michael Parsons.
Right.
If he puts his hand and holds his weight against DeMarcus Lawrence, it's not going to get too much better. You're going to have a few guys that are better than DeMarcus, but we're talking top tier guys. So we will find out real quick about Guyton. That is the truth. You ain't gonna find out about a lot of other stuff. You're gonna find out about Tyler Guyton real quick, just in practice alone. That's my answer to that.
And Terrence and Jay Bryant, Terrence still got beat a lot last year. All Guyton has to do is don't get beat inside. But that was the thing also, him getting beat. I made a short on Terrence still getting beat and saying something has to be done. Because you want to keep your quarterback fresh. You want to keep him clean in that pocket. You don't want to have to worry about, okay, this guy's going to get past, Tyler Guyton. So it's not that easy. And William, you said it, it's cohesion and it takes time.
Yeah. Let me say that about Terrence Steele. I think y'all got to be fair because Terrence Steele was playing coming off of ACL. Everybody knows now that it takes you about a year to become back to yourself when you have an ACL. Terrence Steele played on it. It's kind of like the same situation with Michael Gallup. Everybody want to say how bad Michael Gallup was, but everybody knew Michael Gallup was coming off an ACL injury. Of course he's not going to be the same. Sometimes you're never the same. Michael Gallup seems to be that one that just couldn't get himself back because he was on the second year. He lost some of it. Terrence Steele, we'll find out this year. He should come in fully healthy. Knee is fully healthy. It usually take you a whole year to recover. Now we about to find out if Terrence Steele goes back to that Terrence Steele that was dominant the year before. That's the only thing that really kind of messed up. I mean, you can see he wasn't himself. Exactly. I agree, Drew. Now finally you said something that we're talking about. You said that it was the same thing with Diggs. I 1,000% agree, which is the reason why a lot of us have begged for them to bring back Gilmore.
Gilly, yes.
Because you don't know. And here's the other thing, Drew. When it comes to Diggs, we ain't going to find out about Diggs until week 1. Because why? He ain't going to practice. He's not going to play in no preseason game. He's not going to do anything even if he's ready now. we got to find out when he runs, is his knee gonna swell up? We got to find out, can he cut like he used to? Because, he playing a position where you got to cut and all that type of stuff. So, I don't know. I think we need, maybe that's the reason why they signed a little cornerback that, in the draft. I don't think they're going to put him out there as a rookie. I doubt that very seriously, but I agree with you 1,000%. When you're coming off of ACL, it takes you a year to be yourself. And you just jogging and, half sprinting. And cutting, I may add. Yeah, we got to find out about Diggs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna find out till week 1. So I think that's something that we got to look out forward to.
Well, hopefully he been cutting, this new year and stuff. He's been working on that. Because the good thing was it happened. It happened in week 3 of the season.
He had plenty of time. He had all season to get himself together, and then of course he had this off season. And the reports say anyway that he'll be ready to go in training camp. So the jury's still out. I still would love to have Gilmore, but I believe that's the reason why they went and got that corner in the draft. Though I really don't think they thinking about Gilmore, to be honest. Unless Gilmore will get signed once a cornerback gets hurt. Whatever team. That's what's gonna happen. Once a cornerback gets hurt, I would love to have him back, but I just don't see it.
Dang, man, Gilly don't need to be on anybody's sidelines. He don't need to be at the house, man.
Yeah,
he's still got some gas in him.
And here's a very important comment that a lot of people have forgotten, and it's just the truth. Let me put this here. Jay Bryan says Gilmore is still rehabbing his shoulder, which is the truth. Not sure he gets signed until before camp. They should know if they need him. Well, he's gonna be free to sign anywhere, and he's still rehabbing because you remember he hurt his shoulder at the latter part of the year. Mm-hmm. So we only talking, January to now. That shoulder is not right, not yet. Right. It's better, but it's not right. Not be talking about tackling and football and all that type of stuff. So we got to be realistic about the situation. That's why I say they'll sign him, but teams are gonna want to know about his shoulder first.
See, if I'm the VP or the GM or whatever, man, I'm signing him just off GP. This man hurt himself in the act of defending on my team. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some security for one more year. Yeah, I like that. That's where that loyalty part come in. I know you want to answer that. I know we got to bring you back so we can get on that part. On that part, man. Listen, everybody, listen. I super enjoyed tonight. I got my brother with me, and the thing I didn't know, and I don't know if I need to tell him this, Angry, but can I tell him where you live? What state you live in? Yeah.
Okay. Look, I didn't know that this man lived in Vermont. What? I ain't never talked to nobody. I'm from the Army. I ain't never talked to nobody from Vermont. I'm serious. Some of y'all got to say, when I asked him, I said, man, there any Cowboy fans in Vermont? He said, man, you'd be surprised. We loaded down here in Vermont. It's Cowboy fans. Well, it's no surprise. Cowboy fans everywhere. Some of y'all saying the same thing about me. I live here in Memphis, Tennessee. And you saying, wait a minute, man. Memphis? Come on now. Where all the Cow? Ain't y'all Tennessee Titan fans? No. The Dallas Cowboys. Exactly. This man, the angry Cowboy fan, lives in Vermont. and I'm like, because where is Vermont? I don't know where it is. I know it's on the east side. I know it is up there. So close by. Right up there. Exactly. So, hey, I appreciate everybody because we're getting ready to go. Everybody subscribe to my guy. If you're big time show, I need all of y'all just go find Angry Cowboy Fan. Y'all already follow me, so I ain't got to ask you for that. Everybody that follows the big time show, do this man a favor. He is dynamic. Y'all got to turn on those live notifications when he goes on. Go subscribe to his channel. He's on Facebook as well, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Like his channel and go ahead and just I'm telling y'all, this dude is special. I enjoy him. He's gonna be on my show again because I'm gonna ask him, and he gonna come hang with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great show. I had a lot of fun. it's almost time for us to get out of here. Where else can they find you, Angry Cowboy fan, real quick?
Man, you can find me Angry Cowboys fan. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and
Wow.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And,
And
and
for those that want to follow me from his channel, it's simple. Big Time Show, YouTube or Facebook. We'll just stick right there. But I'm on Twitter as well. Big Time Show is the same thing. All you gotta do is follow us there. And hey, turn on those live notifications. I'm gonna bring them back on the show soon. Try to keep everything going. And hey, we had a blast. This man know what he's talking about. I love when the brothers come together. We're more powerful. Yeah. Look how many of y'all stayed with us on the show. I think we bumped almost up to about 80 people live.
hey.
That's a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? Just come here. Let's talk about Cowboys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Let's groove our way out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and the only with this great co-host, the Big Time Show.